every grain of sand. Hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends. Come whatever. On the road ahead, we did it before, and we'll do it again. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends. Come whatever. On the road ahead, we did it before, and we'll do it again.
Hi, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday morning. This is a 45-minute Pilates class, and it's getting to be a little bit more intermediate than basic. So we started this class possibly around 3 months ago or 2 months ago. So if you prefer a more basic class, can I just refer you to go to the Yourgeylangserai Community Club Facebook page, and under the video section, you can scroll through and actually look for Pilates. So the earlier videos are quite basic. So as we progress through the months itself, then of course I add in a little bit more intermediate movements. So the way that I speak will always use the similar words that I would have already explained in the first few classes, okay? So if you're confused about what I'm saying, it would be a good idea to always look through the previous videos itself. My name is Felicia. Thank you so much again for joining me. So let's get started with the feet hip width apart. Now in Pilates, when the instructor says feet hip width apart, we don't measure the feet from the outside of the hips. In fact, we actually measure from the protruding bones that you can actually feel in your hips, which are the pelvic bones. So imagine your heels are rooted in towards the mat, just directly underneath your pelvic bones. Then you just want to stand. Quite often when we're standing, we don't actually realize that we might actually be leaning on one side, having a really bad posture. Okay, so right now, just stand in a manner that gives you a little bit more strength, a little bit more empowerment. So imagine that you have your chest just slightly forward, but you're not arcing the lower spine. Shoulders rolling back slightly. Your ears and your shoulders are away from each other instead of this. Starting to notice how this feels like. Just breathing in through your nose, the exhale is out through your mouth. Starting to zip up the side seams, engage the core. So that is actually one of the videos that I did earlier on how to engage the core. So review that if you want to, okay? So as you engage the core, when you breathe in, your ribs are expanding laterally, your chest expands laterally, but your belly doesn't actually come forward too much. Okay, so you want to really keep it in, almost like you're wearing a really thick corset. As you inhale next, both arms reaching all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, press down right in front of you. So energetic lift of your arms. Again, I always use the analogy of you in mud, and you're trying literally to lift mud up. Then pressing your palms down, again, something that's very dense. So engaging the whole arm. Breathe well. And as you gradually get a little bit warmer, I'd like you to sweep your hands behind the shoulders to feel that nice big expansion through your heart space. Now be mindful, as you sweep your arms back, you're not doing this. So you're not dumping that arc into your lower spine, okay? It is only the shoulders that's creating that kind of a movement, where your arm bones are trying to move a little bit further back from the shoulder blades, from the shoulders itself. Breathe well. Exhaling, palms pressing down. One more time, inhale. Now reach the arms up high, hold it here. Right hand grabbing onto your left wrist. Lengthen up first, then side bend to your right. So I'm doing everything in the mirror image. So please go in the same direction as me, okay? So my left hand will represent your right. Whenever I'm facing you, that's going to happen. However, if I face towards the top or back of the mat, then be mindful that my right arm will be your right arm. Both arms up, reaching up nice and high. Left hand grabbing onto right wrist, side bending towards the other side. Just feel that side seam, the rib cage expanding. If you're pulling your arm a little bit more, you can actually feel that stretch through your armpit and the upper arm itself. Shoulders are still relaxed. Draw the shoulder blades down towards the hips. As you breathe in, arms up. Then as you exhale, sweep hands behind you. Interlace all 10 fingers. So I'm going to turn around. So most of you will have your palms like this. But if you can, I want you to try to see whether you can actually touch the heels of your palms. Then straighten your elbows, pushing your knuckles down. Don't force. If you find that it's impossible to close and clasp your hands such that the heels of the palms touches, there is no need to, okay? Friends who are fairly flexible, lift the fist off your bum slightly more so you can feel a little bit more of a stretch through the shoulders, the front part of your chest. Then just breathe here. One more breath in here. Then slowly release hands by the side. Shake it out, nice and easy. Now fingers together. Internally rotate by touching the back of your palms together. So it's quite a big stretch. Then come forward again. Okay? So if you find that this is too much for you, you can actually take it to a smaller range. You don't have to touch the back of the palms together. Just slightly touch the knuckles together. Then just rotate. So we're trying to warm the wrist up, especially when we knit the wrist for a little bit more of planks when we do the planks or push-up position. Change direction. So just allowing your hands to rotate in the other way. You can actually do exactly the same thing without too much pressure like this. But I find that this really helps in terms of increasing the intensity of the stretch. Okay, hands by the side, shoulder roll back. That's it. Breathe. Shoulder roll forward. Take a deep breath in here, sweep the arms up. Then exhale completely. Great work. Simple Pilates roll down. Inhale through your nose. I'm coming to side profile. You don't have to. As you exhale, chin towards chest. Peel your spine off an imaginary wall. Scoop the belly in. Lift the ribs away from the hips. Allow the crown of the head to hang down. Then slowly rise up. There is no need to touch the ground. Especially if this is your first workout for the day or maybe for the week. And if you're feeling quite stiff, you want to soften your knees a little bit more, meaning you can bend your knees as much as you want, but it's not a squat, alright? It's kind of like a forward folding position, so the back of the neck feels that length. Slowly drawing yourself up, planting your lower back first, then your mid back, your upper back, the neck, the back of the skull. Keep going, inhale, exhale, articulating the spine just very slowly. I don't want you to look at the mat. Notice if I look at the mat, notice how much of a tension I'm actually creating in the back of my neck. So I really want you to hang, alright? Then slowly rising up. Now one more time with a breath in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands by the side, chin towards chest. Now keep breathing on your way down, alright? Even though I'm not cueing for your inhale and exhale as I move down. Just keep breathing, take a couple of breaths, 3 breaths, up to you. Then slowly rising up bone by bone. Just warming up the spine. Great work. Now looking forward this time round, press your palms down, look towards your right, chin down towards your chest, big circle or semicircle to your left. Come back down again, look towards your right. 2 more times, chin down towards your chest, look towards your left, that's it. 1 more here, chin down. Nice. Looking forward and just breathe. Okay, from here I'm coming to this side of my mat. You don't have to, okay? Now friends who are fairly strong today and you want a stronger class and you're really good at balance, there is no need for a chair, but if you realize I have a chair beside me, so if any of you need something like a chair to give you a little bit more support, drag one along with you. Okay? Then face the back of your chair towards you. Okay? Now we're going to face towards the chair if you're using the chair. If not, just face forward with your hands on your hips. Then just lightly have your palms on the back of the chair. Now step back a little bit, lean forward slightly, soften the knees. So knees are slightly bent, alright? Walk your feet together so there's a firmer foundation. Remember, I'm not putting my weight in, I'm not dragging or pushing the chair forward, okay? So be mindful, the chair can move, so I don't want you to push your whole weight on it. Now starting to straighten your right leg. So I'm facing towards the corner of the mat, so it's the same leg as you, okay? Now starting to make sure you're not opening your hips out towards the side. So friends with the hands on the hips without support, just bend the knees, lean forward slightly, stretch your right leg back. Okay? Hold it there, just breathe. Now from here, don't move the thigh, curl your heel to your bum, then straighten the leg. Now my left knee is not completely straight, my left knee is still slightly bent. And the reason is to make sure that you're not hyperextending the left knee. So whenever you start to curl the right heel in towards your bum, notice that there is a certain amount of strength that you need to activate in terms of squeezing your butt cheek and also the back of your right thigh, that's your hamstring. Okay? Then just pushing it back. That's it. Keep going right through, curling the heel in towards your bum, then straightening the leg. Just 2 more here. Doesn't matter where you inhale or exhale. Please don't hold your breath. Your elbows are also slightly soft, not straight, so not this. Shoulders are melting away from your ears. Now, lengthening the right leg, hold it there. From here, small little circles. So it's not an ankle rotation, it is a really small circle. And as you're circling, you want to almost imagine as if you are stirring a cup of coffee, I would say, with your foot. So, starting to notice how this actually starts to create a little bit more burn, not just in your right thigh, but also your left leg. Change direction in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the extension first. Now only 8 times. Knee towards the elbow, round the spine. Now friends who are doing unsupported, all you want to do is to round the spine, curl your knee in towards your chest. Okay? So I'm giving you 2 options so that I can actually account for you as a regular Pilates practitioner, or if you're here for maybe the first class in Pilates or maybe second class, okay? So beginners, please follow me, and of course for my regulars, just have your hands on your hips, maintaining that balance. Now last one here, curling in, come back into an extension, hold it there. You ready? Slight squeeze of your right butt cheek, lift the leg up, bring it down. Now it's a very small movement, really small, and the only reason why I can move my leg up is because I'm squeezing my right butt cheek, okay? If you're doing something like this, please don't, because you're starting to put in a lot of pressure into your spine, into your lower back, and we don't want that to happen, okay? We're looking for controlled movements. Starting to feel the burn, yes. Last 2, and you might actually feel more of a burn through your left leg instead of the right. One more time, squeeze, hold it there for 3, for 2, for 1, really shake it out. For those who did this unsupported, I know how you feel. You must be feeling possibly 2 times more than I am. Because when you're leaning forward without having any support, you're actually using a lot more core muscles, okay? Now, if you use the chair, please don't do unsupported now. Please continue to use the chair. Now, extending the left leg, again, friends who are in unsupported position, hands on your hips. Okay, just stay here first. Now, starting to notice that the hips are not pointing towards your left, please. So square the hips. So left hip move forward, right hip moves back. Right knee is soft. Ready? Curl the heel in, then extend. Now start to notice my knee doesn't drop down like this as I curl my heel to my bum. My thigh literally stays glued to whatever position that you started with. And all you want to do is to start to contract the muscles where I'm pointing to, your hamstring and your left butt cheek, to bring the heel closer towards your bum. Now spine is nice and long, so you don't want to look forward like this. If you have your screen in front of you and you're doing this, don't do this. Notice how this put pressure in the back of the neck. Start to lengthen the back of the neck. Shoulders are not here, which is what I'm doing. Shoulders are melted away from your ears. Are you starting to straighten the right leg? Can you softly bend into the right knee? You got 2 more times here, curling the heel into your bum. 1 more time here, curling the heel into your bum. Come back into an extension, hold it there. Friends in unsupported, remember, you can move a lot slower than I am, okay? Now, small little circles. That's it. So it's not an ankle rotation, not this, but rather this. So lengthening the leg as much as you can, just allowing that circle to happen right through. Almost imagining, again, you're stirring a cup of coffee maybe. If that sounds a bit odd to you, then imagine that you have ink on the tip of your toes and you're drawing circles. Change direction. That's it. Hopefully you're starting to find a burn in your glutes, in your right leg. And if you do, I'll just tell you, welcome. Okay, come back into extension. Knee towards your elbow or your chest. Again, friends in unsupported, remember to steady yourself, then knee in towards your chest, okay? And you can move much slower than I am, friends, having hands on the hips, because I know this would take a little bit more effort to balance yourself as you draw your knee into your chest. If you find yourself falling all over the place in unsupported, Then of course, have your hands on the wall maybe, or something that supports you, including a family member helping you maybe. Last one here, curling your knee in towards your chest, straightening, hold it there, ready, squeeze the left butt, lift the leg up, slightly down. That's it, keep going. Breathe. Noticing again that burn coming right through, you're so close, alright? Just 3 more here, everyone. In 3, that's it. In 2, please don't curl the heel in, alright? Last one, lift it up, hold it there. In 4, 3, 2, let it go. Shake it out. Don't know if you felt that, but oh boy, the bum, right? Now starting to just walk the legs out, just get rid of the lactic acid. I actually felt it more on the second side. And in the opposite leg, which is the right side. So if you're feeling the same way, great. Now, friends, again, if you want to, you can always have the chair right in front of you for support. I'll be facing you, okay? I'll take the chair away in a while so that friends in unsupported can actually see it. Hands are light. Actually, I should do it without the chair. So imagine I have an imaginary chair here, okay? I want the heels to be maybe about 3 inches away from each other. So heels underneath your pelvic bones, okay? Soften the knees, knees pointing out, all right? Start to lower yourself down, knees coming in line with the toes, all right? Lift the heels up, lengthen up, then heels down. So 4 movements, okay? So you want to bend the knees, lift the heels up, stand up tall, balance, heels descending down. All right, let's go. Bend the knees, lift the heels, lengthen up, heels down. Now notice this sequence. When you sink down, there is a tendency to do this. Don't do this. Notice my knees are not in line with my toes. I want you to make sure knees are in line with the toes. Then when you lift yourself up, your head doesn't come up like this, all right? Keep the head where it is. Just lift the heels up. Okay, so you start to feel this in the arc of your feet. Then when you straighten, find that balance. Squeeze the bum, please. I need your bum tight. Then heels down, pressing firmly through the heels, okay? Now, friends in unsupported, hands in front of you like a ballerina, okay? So inhale, bend the knees, open your arms. When you lift the heels up, stay there, reaching way up high. Then exhale, come back in again. Ready? Actually, when you bend your knees, keep your arms here. When you lift the heels, open up your arms. Lengthen the arms up. Exhale, heels down, arms down. Let's try again. Bend the knees. Lift the heels. Bring it up. Sink it down. Let's try again. Bend the knees. Lift the heels. Arms up. Bring it down. Belly. So, regulars who are doing unsupported, you know where to go. I'm doing with friends in supported. Fingers can be on. You can't see my legs, but you know already. I'm going to give you the cue, okay? Bend the knees, lift the heels, straighten up, heels down. Keep going like this. Bend the knees, lift the heels, push yourself up, heels down. So side profile, keep going, guys, as I switch around, because I know it's important to find that balance, right? So if I'm from side profile, I'm bending my knees, lift the heels, bring it up, heels down. All right? Keep going. I'm going to join my friends in unsupported. Friends in supported, you don't have to figure out anything except your legs. So keep your hands light on the chair, but try not to round forward. Try not to do this, of course, all right? I know there's a tendency to do that. Don't be lazy, okay? Keep going. That's it. Lifting up, bring it down. Open up, expanding through your heart, bring it down. Last 2. One more time. Heels down, everything down. Well done. Now feet really wide. Send your hands forward. Bend the knees, pointing outwards in line with the toes. Now starting to press on the outside edge of your feet a little bit more than the inside. So peel the inside of your feet off the mat. You can almost see the cave on the inside of my feet, right? So sinking down a little bit lower, halfway up. If you have a tendency to stick your bum back like this and bow forward instead of bending your knees, then may I suggest that you start to focus on postural alignment. Imagine there's a wall behind you, you're sinking down deep. Just sliding yourself against that imaginary wall behind you. Okay? If you find that this hurts your knees, please lean your back onto a wall and come into a wall sit. No need to go up and down. Just bend your knees, just lean your spine against the wall. Okay, and just stay there. The burn will come in through your thighs in a while. So it doesn't mean that if your knees are hurting that you cannot do Pilates. Pilates is indeed for everyone, but you need to be mindful of the options that you take. That actually represents benefits, I would say, that comes into the body that you have. So whatever so-called issues that you might have with your joints or your body, please modify according to how it feels, more than how it looks. Just sliding the spine down and up, that's it. You got 2 more here, breathe well. Great. One more time, you're going to stay low, hold it there. Now here's your option, alright? Friends using the chair, keep your hands on the chair please. Friends who are unsupported, fingers are still reaching forward. Right heel up, left heel up, right heel down, left heel up. Change sides, left heel up, right, left, right. So keep changing that leading foot. That's it. Left heel up again, right heel up, heel down, heel down. Keep going like this. That's it. Great work. Are you still breathing? Yes. Nice and easy breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. You got 1 more time here. Now listen, if you can, both heels up. If there's any sharp pains that you're experiencing, please stop what you're doing and just rest. So dull achy sensations I feel would be okay, but if there are sharp pains, please just stop what you're doing. Alright? It's always a good sign, or rather alarm bell to you to actually stop. Just stay here, hold it there for 4. Lower your bum down if you can, 3. 2 more count here. Last one, slowly release. Oh, well done. Shake it out, nice and easy. Take a breath in through your nose. Then as you exhale, palms pressing down. 1 more time, inhale, arms all the way up. This time, hands onto your hips. Stay here, shift your weight towards your right. Come onto left tiptoes. Lift the knee up in front of your hip. So I'm your mirror image, alright? Now hold it here first. Hips are really squared. Just open the knee out towards the side. Notice my hips is not turning towards the side. It's still facing forward. Then squeeze the inner thighs back in. Keep going like this. That's it. Now I'm going to add on, alright? Now here's what I want to actually point out to you. If you find that you are losing your balance, number 1, hand can be on the chair beside you like this. Okay? Or if you prefer, you can always lower the leg down and drag it along the mat, or just lift the toes just maybe 1 cm off the mat so that you can actually tap down whenever you need to. Okay, so I prefer that you actually go with an easier option, then slowly build up the foundations, then to focus on just trying your best to muscle your way through the hardest option. That's it. Now this time I'm going to add on. So open the knee out towards the left, curl the heel in, touch the inside of your kneecap, release it, come back towards the middle. So if my knee is slightly lower, I'm going to take it to the side. I can tap in instead, then tap it out, then bring it back in. Make sense? Okay? If not, hands on the chair. That's it. Keep going. So friends who are doing the harder option of your knee in front of your hip, be mindful that the hips don't turn out towards the side. Great work. Do you feel your glutes working again? Your inner thighs are also working. A little bit of a stretch portion here with many options. Now 2 more here, okay? Breathe. Now you got 1 more time. Listen, open the knee towards the left, hold it here. Tap the toes in towards your kneecap. 3, that's it. Last 2, great. 1 more time. Hold it there for 4, 3, 2, let it go. I hope you felt that one. I was trying to look like I can do it without a sweat, but trust me, it's hard, alright? So chair can come onto this side if you're using the chair, okay? If not, hands on your hips. Stepping through your left foot, right knee comes up. Open up the knee towards the side. That's it. Hug it back in. Again, start to notice if your hips are kind of swaying or pointing towards your right. That's it. Keep going, keep going. So I repeat the option, okay? Friends who are struggling with balance, lower the leg down. can drag your toes along the mat, no problem at all, which is what I'm doing actually. Or you can lift slightly higher, but hold on to a chair beside you. Yeah, keep going. That's it. Breathing, breathing. You got 2 more times here. Lost my balance there. Last one. Okay, the next time we're going to add on, alright? So open the knee out towards the side. Touch your toes to your inner left kneecap. Open up, come back in. That's it. Keep going like this. So this is regular option for regulars. I don't really want to say advanced or not advanced because I think it makes people feel like they want to feed their ego. So almost as if I need to be advanced in order to feel good about myself, right? So I'm going to say that this is a higher intensity option, but doesn't mean that you cannot downplay it. So you can come down to a lower level, then curl your heel in and touch your toes to any part of that right leg. Could be your shin, could be your calf, could be also your ankles or even the ground. So assuming I'm here, I can tap in, touch the ground, come back out again, drag it back towards the middle. Okay? That's it. And you will still feel exactly the same thing. You got 2 more here. Great. Now the next time you open up, 3 taps. Alright, 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1 and hold. Breathe and slowly release. Well done guys, shake it out. We don't need any support from the chair anymore. We're coming down towards the ground, okay? So inhale, arms up, exhale, hands by the side, chin towards chest, I'm facing towards my top of the mat. Plant your palms down, start to walk forward, drop the knees down into a tabletop position. Okay, in all 4 positions, starting to notice all 10 fingers spread out wide. Root all 4 corners of your palms in towards the mat. My knee, it's underneath my hip. Okay, hold it here first. Breathe well. Inhale, arc the spine. Exhale, scoop the belly in, round. Now this is a normal arc and rounded spine. In yoga, we call this cat and cow. In Pilates, I often like to articulate the spine. So imagine you're trying to ripple the spine. So 1 bone at a time, lifting up towards the sky. Then as you exhale, from the tailbone, scoop it under again. So slowly rounding in, crown of the head pointing down towards the earth. That's it, keep going right through. So starting to make small little waves through your spine. I enjoy this a lot, even if I've been practicing for many years, because I find that this helps me to feel a little bit more space in the spine. Now come back to neutral spine on your next exhalation, starting to puff the shoulders, alright? Hold it there first. Right arm reaches up as you exhale. Take a twist underneath the left armpit. Touch the shoulder onto the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, right hand reaches way up high. Exhale, go underneath the left armpit. Great work. 1 more time. Right hand reaches up high. Exhale, touching the shoulder onto the mat. Stay here. Now remember, my heel is not at my heel. My hip is not at my heel. It's just above the knee. Okay? Now stay here. Now left fingers can come onto fingertips. Just starting to push against the mat to roll the left shoulder over the right. That's it. 1 more breath here. Then as you exhale, plant your palm down. Come back to tabletop. We do the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, underneath the right armpit. That's it. 2 more times. Exhale. Great. Last one. Exhale. Stay here. Hips up high. Come onto right fingertips, pushing against the mat to kind of allow the right shoulder to be stacked above the left. I love this stretch as well. Take 1 more breath in here. Slowly palm down. Come back into tabletop position. Hold it here. Now child's pose, push yourself all the way back. Just 1 second here. Then come forward, downward facing dog. Inverted V shape. Now feet together. Get ready. Right leg floats up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards your nose, crunch it in. 2 more times like this. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, crunch it in. Good. 1 more time. Right knee towards right armpit. Hold it there. Stay. Shift forward a little bit more. Step your foot on the outside of your right palm. That's it. Now, if you landed right behind your palm, like here, you just need to wiggle your foot forward, okay? So your palms are inside the right foot, fingertips and toe tips, they make one straight line, okay? Hold it here, starting to feel that nice, I would say, stretch through the entire back of your right thigh. So right here, as you sink lower, you should feel this. Okay? At the same time, I want you to make sure the back heel is above the ball of the foot, your left heel. Now lower the left knee down, stay here. Right fingers reaches up. This is a simple twist position. Now facing your chest towards the right side of the mat, hold it there. Now right fingers behind the head, point the right elbow up towards the sky. So if your shoulders is a little bit stiff today, you're welcome to lower the elbow down towards the ground or point it towards the right instead of up towards the ceiling, okay? But friends are fine, just point that right elbow up towards the ceiling, hold it there, that's it, breathe well. One more breath in here. Then palm down, step back into a plank position. So left knee off the mat, step back, hold it here. Now abs squeezing it nice and tight. One more breath in here. We're going to lower our body down in 5, 4, 3. Knees can be down first, all right? Then release. Now this time round, sweep hands, reach all the way back, chest lifted. Now you want to really reach all the way towards the back of the mat. So this helps you to kind of float your chest off the mat. Thighs off the mat, point the toes, hold it there. Now get ready, sweep arms forward like Superman. As you exhale, elbow towards your ribs, hug it back in. Inhale, reach forward, squeeze your bum, lengthen your legs, exhale, elbows back. So imagine I'm not energizing my legs. I will look something like this. Okay, so this is not what I want. I want everything to have a little bit of tension. Lifting thighs off the mat, that's it. Keep going. Reach forward. Exhale. Elbows in towards your ribs. 2 more times. Reach forward. Exhale. 1 more time. Listen. Plunge your palms down beside your chest. Tuck your toes under. Now kneecaps off the mat. Option number 1. You can come up to tabletop first, then downward facing dog. If not, you want a stronger option, push yourself up into plank directly, then downward facing dog. Okay? Hold it there. Breathe. Left leg floats up, knee towards your nose 3 times. Great. 2 more here. Coming in. 1 more time. Knee towards left armpit, hold it there, shift forward. Step on the outside of the left palm. So starting to wiggle the left foot forward if you kind of drop your foot in the middle of the mat. Look down, notice fingertips and toe tips that make one straight line. Shift the weight forward, lower the hips, but at the same time squeeze your right butt cheek. Okay? So you find a sense of integration. Right leg is very energetic, not bowing down towards the earth. So starting to lift the back of the right kneecap off the mat, right heel over the ball of your foot. 1 more breath in here. 1 more breath out. Listen, left fingers up, simple twist. Either stay here or bend left elbow, fingers towards the back of the head, elbow pointing up, or if you prefer towards the side, okay? Especially if you feel that your shoulders cannot actually open up that much. Now, I want you to make sure that your torso is still energetic, so you're actually quite light on the bottom part, bottom arm, not bottom part, bottom wrist, alright? Hold it there for 1 more breath here. Then as you exhale, palm down, step back into a plank position once more. Now hold it here. Listen, we're not dropping our body down towards the earth. But if you need to, you can always drop down to your knees for a little bit more of a breather, but you're still in plank position. Get ready. We're going to do 5 push-ups, alright? So step your feet, your hands, maybe 1 cm away from each other, so it's a wider base. Let's go for 5 push-ups. In 5, bring it up. 4, bring it up. 3, squeeze your bum. Good. Last 2. 1 more time. Hold it up, everyone. Come down to your forearms. So if you're on your knees, you can still be on your forearm. Okay? Hold it here. Listen carefully. Right fingers touches left elbow. Side plank to face towards your left. That's it, guys. So today's class is short, sharp, sweet. Find your breath. Now arm down. We're going to face the other side. Right fingers up, side plank, lifting the left waistline just slightly higher. 1 more breath in here as you exhale. Now elbows down, come back onto your palms if you can. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to transit to a seated, okay? So bend your knees, look in between the palms. Now either find your way to a seated or jump through into a seated. Now lay your spine back onto the mat. Let's go for it. So, we are at the portion where I would say you need to start to use your abs, and it will be for a very short time. Our working time is probably only 5 minutes, and I'll take the rest of the time, 5 minutes, to stretch it out and to cool down. Time passes when you're having fun, right? Ready? Hands behind the head. Curl yourself chin towards chest. Slowly lower down. Keep going like this. That's it. Now find strength in your abdominals simply by just lifting up the pointy part of your shoulder blades, articulating your upper spine, so lifting the back of your skull, then the neck, then your shoulders off the mat. So sequentially instead of planking up if you can. But if you find that your neck hurts because you're kind of lifting one bone at a time into a rounded spine option, you're welcome to lengthen your spine and just lift up in a plank like this. So looking up towards the ceiling. So this is one option, which is what I'm doing. The other option, chin towards chest, slowly just curling yourself up, look at your belly button. If you find that your chin is touching your chest, be mindful that it's not because you're using your arms to yank your head forward, okay? So it's not about nodding your head by just lifting the back of the skull and neck off the mat. The shoulder blades must also lift off the mat. One more time here, curling up, hold it up. Stay, right leg up to tabletop, left leg up to tabletop. Check that your knees are above the hip, right toes step down, bring it up. Left toes taps down, bring it up. Keep going like this. Option, just stay instead of tapping the toes. Option, come down only halfway, bring it back up again, okay? That's it. But what is not an option is to curl your heel to your bum like this. If you're doing this, which is what I'm doing right now, then you might as well just stay here. Just focus on lifting the shoulders up. Okay? Breathe. Now last 4 here. If you can, both legs or stay with alternating legs. 4. Bring it up. In 3, belly button sinks in deeper. Good. 2 more here. Just tapping the mat. Bring it up. Last one. Tapping the mat. Bring it up. Hold it there. Step the foot down close to your right bum. Left foot down close to your bum. Hands by the side. Just lay yourself down. Now feet about hip width apart. Remember, hip width apart is not from the outside of the hip. It's directly in front of your pelvic bone. Okay? You want to press into your feet. Lift your bum off the mat. Squeeze your glutes on the most upward face. Pushing your knees away from you. Magnetizing your inner thighs towards each other. Then slowly melt the spine down bone by bone. Okay? That's it. Keep going. Breathe well, please. So scooping belly, lifting, just bone by bone, all the way up. Then slowly melting down bone by bone. Nice and easy. Great work. Now you got 2 more times here, okay? So scoop and lift the bum. Great. Then slowly lower down bone by bone. Now one more time, we're going to lift it up high. We're going to stay on the outward face of this shoulder bridge position. Stay here. So knees are not pointing out, okay? I want you to press into the inside of your feet, squeeze bum a little bit more. So knee to shoulder is kind of one straight line. Now lower the bum only halfway. Then squeeze bum, lift up. You got 4 more times. So all you need to do is to put the extra effort on the upward face, squeeze the bum a little bit more. 3 more here, halfway down, squeezing bum, lift up. 2 more times, bring it down, squeeze bum, lift up. 1 more here. Lifting up nice and high, hold it there. For 4, breathe. For 3. 2 more counts here. Last one. Now you're going to slowly plunge your spine down, bone by bone. Slowly melt all the way down. Now if you like to, you can straighten both legs. Reach your arms overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers. Just reaching up nice and tall. Hold it there. That's it. 1 more breath in here. As you exhale, hug the right knee in towards your chest. So maybe take that hand or your palms, your fingers that have been interlaced over your kneecap, just squeezing the right thigh closer towards your ribs. Then we're going to stay here. So last 5 minutes, guys, we're gonna go for a stretch and a cool down. 45 minutes really passes very, very, very quickly. So chances are, if you've been used to slowly just dragging yourself to increase that intensity, maybe the next round, let's go straight into the workout, okay? But of course, there will always be a certain amount of time that you need to spend to warm the muscles up. Now get ready. I'm just going to take that mic away first. Now left hand leading the right knee over the body into a supine twist. So press the right palm down, but left hand just weighing that kneecap down. Notice the knee doesn't touch the ground. I'm more concerned about the right shoulder touching the mat. Then pulling that knee closer towards your left armpit. So feel that stretch also on your IT band, your outer right thigh, your glutes. If you want to feel a little bit of your hamstring, here's what you can do. Still with hands grabbing onto the back of your knee, you can actually straighten your leg to any degree. Friends who are quite flexible, you can even grab onto the outer part of your foot and just kick it. Okay? So up to you how you want to come into a stretch, but my suggestion is don't go to a point where you cannot breathe, because if you cannot breathe, then it's kind of a sign that you're going way too much. Now hug the knee back in, step it down, straighten the right leg, hug the left knee in towards your chest, and that's it. So squeezing left thigh towards your ribs. Right hand grabbing onto that knee, left palm presses down. Can we come into a supine twist? So on this side, you can clearly see that my left shoulder, the same side of my knee that's going across, is rooted in towards the ground. Maybe pulling that left knee closer towards your right armpit. And of course, maybe if you like to, you can always straighten that leg to any degree, okay? If you're fairly flexible, catch on to the outside part of your left foot, kick your heel away from you to straighten the left leg. So always be mindful that your stretches are equally as important as your workout itself. Warm-up is also equally as important. Come back towards the middle, step the foot down. Now let's come into diamond-shaped legs. So soles of your feet together, knees open up to the side. The closer your heels are towards your groin, the more intense this stretch is going to be for your inner thighs, for your hip joints. Arms can come overhead if you like. Hands can interlace and placed under your head, so it almost feels as if you're lying down on a hammock. Just stay here. We got roughly about 2 more minutes, alright, before we end the class. So in the next 2 minutes, just slowly allowing the body to rest. Just breathing in through your nose, expanding through your ribs. So no need to hold the core anymore. One more breath in here. Now, thighs together, hug your knees in, lift the head off, rock forward, take yourself up to a seated. So I'm going to face you, I'll be your mirror image, okay? Now come into a seated position if you like. You can always use something like a block or a cushion to be placed underneath your bum. So you're going to notice that when I sit on the block, I can actually sit up taller. I can find space in my spine. I can lower my knees down, and that gives me a little bit more stretch through your psoas, which is your hip flexor here, the crease line, okay? And it's actually a really important muscle. But if you're down on the ground, you may not feel the stretch as much, and you may not be sitting up as tall as you want to. Hands on your thighs, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale to reach all the way up. Right hand grabbing onto left wrist, side bend towards the right. So if your elbows are very bent, try to straighten them as much as possible. But I know that if your arms are a little bit inflexible at this point of time, it's actually safe to say that you can actually bend the elbows, okay? But try not to collapse this way. I want you to do a side bend. So you need to lengthen up first, then side bend to prevent any compression. Starting to root your left butt cheek a little bit closer down towards the earth. As you inhale, arms up, pull and stretch towards your left. Just finding that reach. Hold it there. Lengthening if you can. especially the top elbow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace all 10 fingers. Push your knuckles down, lifting your fist away from your bum. Hold it there. Breathe. For 4, for 3, for 2, and release everything. 2 breaths in here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release everything back down. Well done, guys. So that was a really quick session. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for being so consistent to always turn up on a Sunday morning. A big thank you to you and all those who helped to actually create this class, especially my back end, Desmond and Patricia, right? I wish I could turn the cameras around to show you that they're working hard. So all the screens that you see in, out, zooming in and out, the music, all controlled by them. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye, everyone.